Welcome in, everybody, and welcome to DR Sports Network Road to the Crown, live here in Tampa. Apollo Beach, about 30 minutes south of downtown Tampa. We have a 10U pool play game about to happen, or has started, between the GOAT Squad and 24K. Got a chance to see both of these teams. 24K put on a show, and then GOAT Squad had a 1-point victory in their last game. Joined in Mark Henry, CJ Gilbert. We're on the move.
Man, we're on the move. Great day in Florida, man. Sunny Florida, man. It's about to go down. GOAT Squad, 24K. What do you got to say about it, CJ?
Yeah, like I said before, got a chance to see 24K. They had played 300 boys and beat those guys 17-11. And then the GOAT Squad, coming out of Tallahassee, Florida, had beat Fly Division by 1 point. Those guys have a lot of good guys on the outside edge, but Bo Richardson is the quarterback for 24K. He is the son of Brian Richardson, the co-head coach of 24K 10U. So they're moving the ball, and they get it to their receiver here, and they're picking up another first down.
Man, they're on the move quickly. We had a chance to see these guys at Davenport. Of course, in the rankings, they're up there. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you want to go back and look at those 10U rankings, the 24K, these guys have been playing outstanding so far this spring, and they're back again here in Tampa. Looks like Bo Richardson has got these guys on the run. And listen, Coach Richardson in that huddle, we had a chance to see him before. He has these guys on the even keel, CJ. They're steady Eddie. They don't really get, rattled or make too many mistakes.
They do not. Like I said, I got a chance to see Bo Richardson, and he hasn't made that many mistakes today, and they're in the high red zone here, and it's an incomplete pass, and that pass was intended for Jace Vallet. Got the Sonic headgear on there.
Yes, Vallet's going to be a guy that we're going to see on Friday nights in the very distant future, but, we had a chance to see him a couple of times. He's a guy that gets open in space. Just a little miscommunication first on that first drive, but that's the first incompletion for Richardson today in this drive.
So second down, I believe they need about 8 yards to pick up the first down for a fresh set of downs. Calling the man in motion. That's Eli in motion, getting set up there inside the slot. You see right there inside the mind of Bo Richardson, the quarterback of this 10U 24K group. He's launching it down the field, and it's almost intercepted. And that would have been big for GOAT Squad, and that was Colin Norris.
Listen, you see the DB paying his penance. He missed it. You get push-ups. You know what I'm saying? I like that. That comes from coaching. That means, hey, as you look and see Richardson coming into your living room, almost an interception by GOAT Squad. That would have been a GOAT interception.
Yeah, had a chance to watch both of these programs, GOAT Squad, get a narrowing victory in their last pool play game, and Colin was one of those guys where he had a streaker down the field, and it was a touchdown. So he's definitely one of those guys that can play both sides. You see the big GOAT Squad chain necklace, the Dookie necklace on them. I like the gear.
I like it. As we get a chance to see them on their first possession, Coach Samandre Johnson, Coach Holmes, they have these guys ready to play.
And that was a turnover for 24K. So 2 points added to GOAT Squad's total, making it 2-0. First time seeing Dallas Kendrick at quarterback, the young gunslinger. Seen him on social media, but that first pass will be incomplete to bring up second down, Mark.
Listen, great job by the 24K defense to kind of keep the receivers close. A little bit windy early on, so the quarterbacks have to kind of measure for that. Of course, it was a short pass, but both offenses, like you said, came out in that first game, put up a lot of points, got wins. Now you got two of the better teams in this bracket early on pool play. We'll see what happens on this next one.
A player to watch for GOAT Squad, and that's Juju Johnson. He's the son of the head coach, Dre Johnson. He has the hush sign on the back, the hush emoji on the back of his jersey. So we'll see if Dallas goes his way here shortly. Intended, connecting with his target. Now it'll be a short gain. It'll bring up third and about 10 for GOAT Squad.
Well, great job by the defense to limit him to a short play. Of course, you got to get down the field. This is a critical third down. Now, the great thing about a DR7 tournament is you get points for making stops. You get points for interceptions. Of course, the pick six is always there.
So right now, 2-0, GOAT Squad in the lead. A pass breakup by Colin Norris has GOAT Squad in the lead. Dallas Kendrick on third down, third and about 11. They need to complete past the sticks to keep this drive alive.
critical third down early in this ball game. 20 minutes and change to go.
Kendrick dropping back, looking over the middle. He launches it, and it's almost intercepted.
Man, that would have been a crucial play. As you can see right there, it looks like Elijah Tarzan Anderson comes up with that one almost. That would have been a critical turnover. Instead, 2 points on the defensive side.
You see right there on the DR Sports Network replay, Tarzan, and it actually is intercepted.
4 seconds.
4 seconds. And that'll be 2 points added to 24K. And Tarzan's playing like a wild man right now.
Absolutely, man. King of the jungle. What it was an interception looks like, CJ, as it turns out 3.
It's kind of hard to see the sideline. We got our fans
absolutely
live and in action down here, so we'll get it right officially on the score. But like we said before, man, this has been 2 really good programs. We know what 24K has been about. Goat Squad, this is their first time being in our tournament.
Absolutely.
So I know that they're hungry and waiting to be streamed and, like I said, get an opportunity here.
Absolutely. You see first down, the Goat Squad, is coming in hot. You mentioned them winning that first game, and now they're taking on 24K, who's one of the top-ranked teams in the 10U division so far in the DR7 rankings. So, when you come to a DR7 tournament, this is how you get ranked.
Yes.
We're not going to rank you off Zorts. We're not going to rank you on hearsay. We're going to rank you when we get eyes on you, just like we see you right here in the huddle.
When we get eyes on the guys, that's when you get settling on the turf here at DR
Settling
Sports.
on the turf.
So second down for 24K and Bo Richardson. You see him right here rolling out to his left, looking, hitting his man in stride, but he drops it. And that's a crucial drop for the young man. And Valid can't believe it.
Well, you got to squeeze that one. If you can touch it, the rule of thumb is you're supposed to catch it. Now the time clock is running. Shake that one off. Valad will be back. He's a guy that's been one of those guys that we've seen a couple of times here so far this year on a 24K offense. And Richardson will hit him again. He's a guy that's going to go back to you if he's got faith in you, which he does. He's been able to hit some of these receivers early as you see the huddle breaking.
So it's third down and a long 10 yards to pick up a first down. We'll see what Bo Richardson and 24K Company can do here. 18 minutes officially on our DR Sports Network 10U pool play game clock here. And Bo rolls to the right, looking for his man, outstretched arms, and it will be incomplete right at the sticks mark, but it'll be 2 points added to Goat Squad, making it 4-3.
Well, he kind of trapped it there at the end. CJ's, it's one of those things where he's got to get that ball out to him. The timing was a little off on that, down in the ground a little bit. But the defense from Goat Squad is playing great. They're getting hands on these receivers, not getting them much separation. They get 2 points, and, really they've been playing a great job defensively. It's the two offenses that kind of stalled out. 24K got in the red zone, but the Goat Squad turned them away defensively.
Haven't had a chance to see Goat Squad in the red zone like you mentioned, Mark, but they have a young quarterback in Dallas Kendrick that can launch it down the field, and we'll see what he does here. We do have Laundry on the field. We'll see if it's a false start and a loss of down. We'll get the official call on the field. It will be second down. So Goat Squad struggling out of the gate on this next possession here.
Well, you got to give it up to the defenses for playing pretty salty defense and really challenging these receivers when they get into their routes. They're not playing press coverage. They're kind of playing back, letting the offensive players run to them, and then talking the communication in the zone.
So second down for Goat Squad. Kendrick, we have another flag on the field. So potentially a third down and 15 for Goat Squad. Not the way that you want to come out here on this next drive.
Well, they got to clean the penalties up. Those are drive stoppers. Those are momentum stoppers, and you want to play clean football early. Of course, this is early in this game, but they got to get it. They got to get this one, CJ, in order to advance this ball and continue this drive.
So third and 15 for Dallas Kendrick and the Goat Squad. Can they pick it up or risk losing the lead here? Kendrick looking over the middle, launching it over the middle. It's broken up by two 24K defenders. We have a man down, and that's Valot that's down on the field right there.
Great job by the defense of collapsing on that one over the middle there, CJs. They kind of collide and running to each other, but the defenses on both squads have been playing well. The passing windows are not really open like they should be, and that's because these defenders are getting in these receivers' face when the ball is delivered.
And we'll check on the young man, but it's been a defensive battle, so I know that Adam Sandoval, a sideline reporter, has been on the sideline watching and waiting for this opportunity to kind of talk about the things on the field. So, Adam, what have you been seeing on the sideline so far? Thank you for that report, Adam. And Valat seems like he's okay. He's walking off the field under his own power. We'll see who replaces him on that 24K defense and offense. He plays both sides of the ball. And best wishes to Valat and 24K. Hopeful to see him back. And like we said, this will be first down for 24K. Now 5-4 24K's way after they got that turnover on downs. Bo getting it to his receiver. That'll be a nice pickup on first down right there.
Eli Derlis getting open out there in the flat. Great job by Richardson of getting the ball out quickly. This is what they got to do. It looks like Coach Richardson, he's telling these guys, hey, come on, let's push the tempo. As you can see him getting them in the huddle. We got to push the tempo, get this thing going. They got to get in the end zone here. This is a critical drive for both teams.
So 5-4, 13:45 left in this 10U pool play game. 24K is ranked in our DR Sports Network 2026 rankings. Can GOAT Squad get an upset victory and possibly punch their names into a conversation of being top 5 in 10U play? Bo Richardson rolling to the right, get it to his target. That's Tarzan, and he'll pick up enough for a first down for 24K.
Great job of getting open there. As you can see him in the flats, and Richardson hits him in stride, first down. It looks like this offense is starting to get going, CJ.
Definitely that. Coach Richardson has those guys going, had a chance to speak to him. He's been having this program leading in the right direction, and his son, Bo Richardson, looks like one of those 10U quarterbacks that we definitely need to watch as they are in the red zone here.
Absolutely. Trying to drive the ball and punch it in. As you can see, Richardson's taking his time, reading and setting everybody up. Got to get everybody started. Penalties could come back to haunt GOAT Squad. They've got a lot of penalties early on, CJ.
Bo Richardson on first down. Get it to Eli, and a nice, strong catch. Will he be down at the 1 yard line? We'll see. We'll get an official call. Feels like he's short. He's short of the first down. So it'll bring up second down for 24K right here.
Great strong catch in traffic. As you can see, he's able to make that catch, CJ, and get these guys inching closer. The momentum's starting to sway a little bit. They're starting to get in a rhythm offensively. That is 24K.
24K in the low red zone here, and you're right, Mark. It seems like they're starting to get some momentum on their side, starting to kind of heat up a little bit, getting it to the targets, Eli and Bo Richardson rolling right, rolling left here, pump faking. Launching in the back of the end zone, and is caught at the back of the end zone, and that will be a touchdown for 24K.
Great job by Mike Florent II getting in the end zone. And Richardson, his ball placement, CJ, is what's kind of the difference in his drive. He put it only where his receiver can get it, and he comes down with the touchdown, 6 points on the board for 24K.
Really good stuff there by Bo Richardson to kind of survey the field and ultimately find Mike Florent II in the back of the end zone. Pending the extra point, 11-4, we'll see if 24K can add a point to their total.
Extra points we talk about this week to week can be crucial, can be important. Let's see what they come out with.
Going for one right here. Richardson looking. Firing in the back of the end zone, wide open. But his pass is broken up, so the score will remain 11-4, but 24K strikes first blood. Adam, we'll kick it down to you on the sideline to get your report.
Hey, guys, yep, Bo found his groove on that drive, completing downfield, getting through checkdowns, progressing really great. I mean, so far the 24K offense is on fire right now. See if they continue with the defense can back it up, but Baby Ghost, they've been able to answer back on both sides of the ball so far, so let's see if they can stand here and answer back on this next drive.
Thank you, Adam, and like we said before, 24K gets on the board here pass from Bo Richardson to Mike Florent II. We'll see what Dallas Kendrick and this GOAT squad offense can do. They sputtered out the gate on their last drive. Let's see if they can come out hot here. Underneath pass is incomplete, and that pass was intended for Carter Gilliam. So to bring up second down for GOAT squad.
Well, it looks like so far GOAT squad hadn't been able to stretch the field vertically or get some deep passes. Everything's been short underneath, and the 24K defense has been reacting quickly and shutting those type of things down. They got to stretch the field and try to make some plays to advance this drive and move the sticks.
Definitely have to find some offense here or risk further getting behind the deficit, which is 5 now, or 7 now, excuse me. Dallas Kendrick incomplete, and they'll bring up third down.
Crucial third down now. The 24K defense is starting to stiffen up. Third and long is not a situation you want to be in. You got to make the plays. That puts the onus on your quarterback and your receivers to make big plays. If these guys know they have to do that, if I'm in the huddle, I'm like, guys, we got to get to the sticks. We got to get a first down to keep this drive going.
Back-to-back possessions of no gain and having to start from their own 40-yard line, 3rd and 15. We'll see if Dallas Kendrick can connect with any one of his receivers. Kendrick looking, surveying the field, throwing it short, and that was in the dirt, and it'll be another GOAT squad turnover, adding 2 points to 24K, making it 13-4, Mark.
The 24K defense is flexing their muscles, CJ. You see they're not giving up the big play, keeping everything underneath. They're funneling all of the crossing routes inside, and guys are there to make the stop and keep them from getting advanced where they need to go. Definitely the 24K defense is playing some great football so far.
So under 9 minutes to go in this 10U pool play game for 24K and GOAT squad, and it seems like 24K is just in all control, command of this ball game. We'll see if Richardson kind of methodically drives down the field, or what is the game plan here?
Well, the game plan here is to make another score. You want to get this offense going early in pool play. You know, you want to set yourself to be up, set yourself up to come in hot on Sunday.
Richardson sprinting out to the right, pump fake, and he looks like he's trying to go deep, but that will be 4 seconds, and it'll be a sack, Mark.
Well, you got to get the ball out of your hand quickly. Live to fight another down. Don't make the mistake and give them momentum, but you got to get the football out and see the field a little bit quicker. That was the first time Richardson kind of was trying to guess where he wanted to go. Good coverage by the GOAT squad defense.
So 2nd down and 15 to go. Can GOAT squad get off the field, force a turnover, and add points to their total, and ultimately try to drive the ball down the field themselves? But right now, it's 2nd and 15. Bo rolling out to the left, connecting with his receiver, and I believe that was Tarzan on the catch. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, Tarzan's proven that he's more than just the Lord of the Jungle. He's really controlling his play, and Richardson's finding it. He's been a key guy on this drive, and I like the way he's playing right now.
A chain mover for 24K. Do all the dirty work. Just overall, just a nice compliment to the receiver, a safety valve for the receiver. It's 3rd and 10 right now. GOAT squad got to be thinking we have an opportunity here to get off the field.
Absolutely.
3rd and 10. Bo, pump faking, going deep. He has a man open, and he caught it. And did he get touched? I don't believe so. We'll see on the official call on the field. And it is a touchdown and a score by 24K. And that's trying to get the number on that.
Great job by Richardson rolling to his left, and you can see the receiver streaking up the middle, and he's there to pay dirt. He's got an exclamation point on his shirt, and that is Jace Vallot.
So he took off the Sonic headgear, and he's still out here performing like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Man, listen, Vallot's one of those guys. We talked about him when we got started. You know, he got a little shaken up earlier, as we can try to see that. No, it might be a different guy. It looks like an exclamation point, but great job by the receiver of finishing the play.
Yeah, regardless, great throw by Bo Richardson and great catch by the 24K receiver. And they'll line up to go for 2 right here. Bo getting it to his receiver. Will he have enough speed to get on the outside edge? He's still going for it, but he will get tagged.
Now, that's definitely Vallot. You know what I'm saying? Jace Vallot, well, as you can see, man, with the extra yards and yak yards after catch. Looks like we got two. Looks like we got 2 exclamation points there, or one with the headgear on, and Vlad, who took off the Sonic the Hedgehog apparatus on his head.
And I believe they said that he had got touched around the 10-yard line. It's tough to see here, but it will be no touchdown. So 2nd and goal for 24K. They're in the low red zone here.
Absolutely.
So 1st down. Richardson launching it deep in the corner of the end zone. It's caught.
And that's Ali Brown, who gets in and makes a shake and bake in the end zone. Great job. As you can see, the celebration. Ooh, with the backflip. I love it.
Yeah, really good catch right there. You see on the DR Sports Network replay, Bo Richardson.
Look at him manipulating the safeties in the back. Look at that. He knows where he's going with it. Fade route to the corner.
And what a catch there by Ali Brown. Big number 0. No, our sideline reporter, Adam Sandoval, was on the field right there. You got a good look at that, Adam. Tell us about it.
Hey, guys. Yep, that drive was capitalized by Bo and his receivers on that one. Just continuously getting downfield. We saw a good deep run. Yeah, unfortunately was tagged short, but an impressive catch. 101 coverage, went up with 2 hands and hauled it in. So great job by 24K to have a commanding lead ahead.
And the extra point will be good. So in all commanders you see on the DR Sports Network replay, Bo getting it to his target, Mike Florent the second, and that's an extra point added to the total. And now the score being 19-4. All 24K here in the 10U pool play game.
Man, with 24K's being golden offensively, they kind of started in this latter part of the game, CJ, kind of get their feet settled and get things going. It looks like Richardson's in, straight zoned in mode when it comes to doing that. The touchdown play where he looks off the safety and comes back to the corner shows that he has the IQ. He's been training for this. That's a great job by a young quarterback.
And that extra point make the score official 24K 20 to Goat Squad's 4. Dallas Kendrick in this offense, I believe they switched quarterbacks now. And he dumps it down to his receiver, and that's X for the Goat Squad. And that's Ashton Chandler on the catch.
Well, they got to get something going. If I'm on the offensive side, we'll make a switch and change. We got to switch the tempo up as well.
So a little bit of sense of urgency from the Goat Squad quarterback and this offense. He's launching it down the field, but it'll be incomplete, and the only man that was in the vicinity was Tarzan.
Absolutely. Got to be careful coming back across the middle. Those safeties are playing right there on the sticks because they know where they got to get for the first down.
Mm-hmm.
They can't give up any ground there, and almost a crucial interception there. If they get this one, man, it could be night-night for the Goat Squad.
And I believe that will do it. That is the time. 24K gets the victory 20-4 over Goat Squad. They'll now move on to 2-0.
Well, listen, 24K, is a ranked team for a reason. Now, that wasn't, their best showing at the initial stages, CJ, but they got it going. I think that says continuity for that offense. Coach Richardson can come in and settle those guys down. We saw a couple of times where he can say, hey, guys, let's get this rolling. Let's come out and let's be more assertive when we come out offensively. Now, they get the win, but this is one of those teams, man, when you come in and you start to look at on pool play and going into Crown Sunday, there's a reason they're going to be, at that top slot when it comes.
Yeah, this is really they started to really start picking things up, if you will, especially between Bo Richardson, Vlad, Mike as well. So those guys have been pretty hefty targets for 24K. And like you said, Mark, this team is ranked top 5 for a reason. I expect them to be even hotter going into the next game against All the Smoke. That's a rivalry in itself.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be an interesting game. As you see on the DR7 network or DR Sports Network replay or the rankings here, the graphic, we got 24K number 1, G1 Football Academy 2, DEFCON 3, 225 Pressure 4, and North Texas Blitz at 5. So 24K right there ranked at number 1. And like we said, I got a chance to talk to Coach Richardson, and this is a group where, they've had their fair share of continuity and togetherness with the guys, and it's being on a full display through our tournament so far.
Absolutely. Well, 24K is number 1 for a reason. It didn't start out like they wanted to, but they finished the job. That offense, once it gets clicking, they're hard to beat. And in that defense, they're sound. They didn't let Goat Squad get any deep shots or any momentum offensively. They kind of shut it down. Great job by 24K. Definitely a team to look for on Crown Sunday.
Yeah, definitely a team to watch in Crown Sunday. That is our 10U pool play game. And like I said, any closing remarks, any guys that, need to be looking out for on that 24K squad or even the Ghost Squad?
Man, listen, I like Vlad. I like Tarzan. Richardson, the quarterback, is the steady Eddie. He's the guy at the head of the snake, if you will, that's got this going. But, man, lots more to come here on the DR Sports Network as we continue to get ready for the next game here coming up shortly. Stay tuned, guys. We will be here all day on the DR Sports Network. We'll wrap this one up, and we'll be right back shortly. CJ.
Yeah, we'll be right back here shortly. We'll have our 8U pool play game coming up next. And like I said, don't go anywhere. We'll have that game coming up to you guys shortly right here in Tampa. DR Sports, Road to the Crown. Myself, CJ Gilbert, Mark Henry. We out.
It brings the best out of you and the worst. It's the perfect balance of strategy, skill, and speed. It sharpens your technique, your decision-making, and above all, your ability to work as a team. Iron sharpens iron. It puts a spotlight on every individual, forces everyone to be dynamic. It teaches you how to read the game, to anticipate, and to react before your opponent does. In this game, every second counts.
Hey, it's Adam Sandoval with DR Sports. Just want to give y'all a reminder, if you haven't yet, be sure to register for a DR7 tournament this season. We got a lot of them coming up, and they do sell out quick. Early bird gets the worm, and you don't want to miss out. Hey, it's Adam Sandoval with DR Sports. Just want to give...
What's going on, everybody? My name is CJ Gilbert. I'm here with Mark Henry, man. Hey, we're in the boot, but the platform, nationwide. Tell us a little bit what the platform means.
Well, it's about exposing the unexposed, giving players, coaches, especially those players, a chance to get that exposure that they need, to get recruited, to get seen. We want to put you on a platform to be successful. When you come to a DR Sports or a DR7 tournament, we got scouts on the field, literally scouts. The guys that do this on Friday nights. And this is your opportunity to be seen. This is your opportunity to be discovered. And we want to give you that chance. Now, whether you're being recruited by LSU or you're being recruited by Texas, we're going to give you that opportunity to get that exposure right here at the DR7 tournament.
And like we said before, you can get exposure, expose the unexposed. That's one of our mottos. Hey, give us one of the other mottos that we always used to talk about.
Well, if you ball, you get to call. And what that means is if you do something extraordinary, if you do something to stick out, if you do something special, we're going to talk about it, we're going to write about it, and we're going to give you that exposure that puts you on a platform that gets seen.
Hey, CJ Gilbert, Mark Henry with the platform, DR Sports Network, nationwide.
Welcome back to DR7 Tampa. I'm Adam Sandoval with Mark Henry. We got our 8U pool play game matchup set to start ahead of us with Manatee and the 300 Boys, all for the matchup. Mark, we got to see a couple of these 8U teams beforehand today, and now we're going to cap off both of them, I believe, their final game of their pool play schedule. You've already mentioned a couple players so far. Just talk about a couple players you've seen so far on the Manatee roster that you wanted to mention.
Man, I liked Aiden Neal early on. He was consistent, had an interception as well on defense. I think that this team is, just scratching the surface. They had a couple bumps in the road early, weren't able to capitalize in that first game that we saw earlier this morning. But I think that Neal's a guy that you can watch on both sides of the football. Of course, 300 boards, you got Kamani Jones, Lawrence Martin, Asai Wright, Chase Plumstead, and Micah Smith. Just a few guys for the 300 boards. But it's about to get, it's about to get cracking here, Adam. In just a few minutes, you can see the guys down there getting instructions from the refs as they want to make sure that everything is right to go, man. But beautiful weather, sunny Florida, Adam. I'm enjoying it.
Yep, sunny clouds in the sky. So we get a little bit of shade every now and then, but nonetheless, great weather. As you're checking in, looking in at the studio setup here in Tampa at South Shore Sports Complex. So far, again, second broadcast game of the day. We've got games scheduled all week, all day long, with amongst all the age groups. Now, I was able to see this 300 boys also as well previous to. They're kind of a little bit, I would say, underrated team. A lot of other teams might overestimate them. They played against some good powerhouses, Baby Goats and Tampa Flex. And, they were really able to hold their own in those competitions. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see them perform now against a great Manatee team as well.
Absolutely. I think Manatee's coming in. They're really, really trying to get things done on the offensive side of the football. But defensively, they had a couple of interceptions and turnovers. But we'll see what the 300 boys can do here, man. Great uniforms. I always like the uniforms to see, when these guys playing in. If you look good, you play good, you feel good. I mean, two unis that I got a chance to see this morning I thought were really, really cool.
Yep, 300 boys going to be repping the white jerseys, white and blue jerseys, and Manatee be wearing the all-red uniforms. Was able to talk to the coach from Manatee earlier today, and yep, these, as you can tell by the jerseys, they're wearing shoulder pad uniforms. But they are from a youth pop winter league from the area as well. So a lot of these kids have been playing for a while together now. So a good brotherhood that they've been able to build so far here, leading into the 7-on-7 season. I want to talk about these two teams in this game. Like I said, this is their final game of the pool play. Both of them in the standings right now, 1-1. So a very, very pivotal win is needed here. You want to stay in the top half of the rankings when it comes to the final seeding before Crown Sunday.
Absolutely. That's what matters about pool play, that you want to be able to get the upper hand. You want to finish at the top of the standings. And, points are at a premium. Points mean seeding. Points mean you have a chance to either play late or play early. Get a bye possibly. As you can look at the AU rankings, DEFCON, Texas, Tampa Flex, All the Smoke, DFE, and Baby Goats bringing up the rear at 5. But listen, man, these are some great teams. I like that Tampa Flex team. Man, heated calls a couple of weeks ago about some of these rankings. All the Smoke, DFE, definitely. But DEFCON Texas is one of those teams that you definitely want to see play when it comes to the Crown in April.
Yep, these are the DR7 8U national rankings. All these teams that we rank played on the DR7 circuit. We saw them with our own eyes here on the DR7 circuit. So if you want to be ranked, you got to come compete with some of the best teams in the nation. And one thing to notice on that ranking is 3 of those teams on the rankings are here today as well. But before we get started real quick, let's check in with our sideline reporter, Rob Kaufman. Coach Rob, what's going on down there on the field?
Man, we are outside right now, Tampa, Florida, beautiful weather, 8U football, bless these coaches, man. 8U is a very great division as the quarterback goes back to pass. I'm excited for these two teams right here. Sunny Florida, road to the crown, let's go.
And as we begin the game for 8U, the first play is going to take a 4-second sack. Manatee is going to start on offense. Quarterback right now for Manatee is number 1, Aiden Neal.
And he was one of the guys we talked about before we got started as he tried to get the ball to number 9, Robert Brewer. But Neal's a guy that can make plays on the defensive side of the football as well. But this Manatee offense has to get started early. No slow start here against 300. Looks like we got some laundry on the field here.
I don't believe everybody was set. Yep, the call is going to be a false start. Receiver jumped the snap slightly early. It's going to bring over now a 3rd down early in this one.
Crucial 3rd down. It's a loss of down. I mean, critical mistakes can cost you in the game. But, with 24 and change, it's very early, Adam.
Aiden Neal takes the snap and dropping back. Goes downfield, has the receiver, it's caught. And we'll see where they mark it is enough for the first down. And he is still going to be marked short. That pass was caught by number 0, Christian Craddock.
Great job by high pointing the football on that one. I mean, you got to give him some love on that catch, but looks like it was short of the first down. Great job by the 300 Boyz defense of getting him off the field.
Yeah, but we saw the play as the play went on. The defense did start dropping back, and they held that first down marker there, and it paid off right there. 2 quick points for 300 Boyz. Now they lead 2-0 early.
Absolutely. Can you get the offense going? That's the key. Defense, you know, in a DR7 tournament, we talk about this. Stops, interception, of course, the pick six is crucial on the defensive side of the football. Now these offenses have to get cracking and get going.
Let's clarify the point system here down a DR7 tournament. You said, Mark, points are rewarded for defense are rewarded points. 2 points for a stop, 3 for an interception. You do have an option to run it back for a pick six. If you do so, you get a extra point as well. So with that 2-0 lead, 300 Boyz lining up on offense for their first offensive drive of this game. Quarterback takes his snap, dropping back. Look, it throws across the middle, goes up and gets it. The receiver's going to come down with it. The receiver does. What a catch. And I believe that's going to be Plumstead on the reception.
Great job of going up and high pointing. The defender was there as well, as you can see coming into your living room. High point Plumstead. What a catch. And he muscles it to the ground and a completion. The 300 Boyz in business.
With that completion, it was short of the first, but it's only going to be now 2nd and 1 for the 300 Boyz on their next play. Quarterback brings his man in motion from right to left. Going to roll out to his right. Looking downfield. Throws towards the far sideline. Incomplete, but there is a flag on the field.
We'll see what happens here. It looks like we got some laundry on the field, like you said.
So unsure what the flag will be for, but with the incompletion, most likely the penalty will be declined. And now a 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 is going to be very manageable for them, for 300 Boyz. If the defense is going to want to play that line up, you know, you only got a yard to work with, so as long as you don't give up much ground, you can probably get those 2 points back.
Absolutely. You gotta be opportunistic here when it comes to the offensive football for 300 Boyz. Just a short completion is all they need. They have the momentum with that big catch earlier. We'll see what happens here.
Coach Kidd putting in his final lineups in before they take the snap, trying to get the first down here for 300 Boyz. Pass is completed to Plumstead, just enough for the first down. Fresh set ahead for 300 Boyz.
Great job of getting that ball out quickly. Now, you only have 4 seconds in the 7-on-7 setting to get it out. And the quarterback got it out, got it to his guy Plumstead, who's been key on this drive. First down, 300 Boyz.
Plumstead already, both completions have been to Plumstead so far. So already his go-to man for 300 Boyz. You look at Coach calling in his final plays to get them lined up. Interested to see this Manatee defense again. Like you said, one of the players you mentioned was Aiden Neal, was able to get an interception. Also, I know in a previous game as well, Jaden Rowe was another player I saw able to get an interception as well. So this defense is pretty stout as well. Almost intercepted again.
Great job of being around the football as he was watching the quarterback's eyes. And he steps into that one, almost picking that one off. As you can see, he's right there to make the play as the receiver was crossing his face right there.
So great defensive stop there in the incompletion, forcing now a 2nd and long for the 300 Boyz. Quarterback dropping, rolling to his right, throws back across his body, out of reach of his intended receiver. Now going to bring up a 3rd down.
Crucial 3rd down here on that drive. I mean, you got to make these completions. You got to close these out. As you can see, just a bit outside, a little bit of communication of where the receiver was supposed to be. But 3rd down here, as you can see, right into the huddle there as they get ready to set up a crucial 3rd down for the 300 Boyz offense.
Manatee defense needs a big stop here. Get those 2 points back to bring it back tied. Under 20 minutes to go here in 8U pool play. 10 seconds on the play clock. On the play clock for 300 Boyz as they break the huddle. Brings his man in motion closer to the set. trips on the left, rolls to his left. Throwing back towards the middle, and it's intercepted. Manatee making a few guys miss. And 3 points as Manatee takes the lead.
Well, we talked about this defense, and that was the same guy at the safety position who got his hands on it just the previous play. And you can see he tracks it down, high points it, turns it over. They got 3 points, and look, a little shake and bake afterwards.
Robert Brewer on the interception of that one. They tested him the first time, and he wanted that one back, and he got it. And you see now he's running back now to play on the offensive side. One thing to notice about a lot of the younger divisions we see in 8U and 10U, and a few times in the 12U, you know, it's smaller teams. You know, these boys are playing both sides of the ball, a little bit of Iron Man football.
Absolutely. Great job to go up in high point. You see he comes back out and lines up for offense now. Can they get the offense going? I think that's the big thing with Manatee is just trying to get some offensive continuity, get some plays in and out of this huddle, and get down the field.
Quarterback for Manatee, number 1, Aiden Neal, still taking the snaps from the tee, lining up for the first play. Throwing to his right, has his receiver, and it's completed to number 5, Jaden Rue, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, I think, Adam, you know, these guys know that they have to get on the board here. 3-2 is not going to cut it for both teams. The offenses are kind of stagnant right now, but they're finding their way. I think as we continue to go with 17 minutes and 30 seconds left here in this game, one of these offenses has to get in the end zone.
Yeah, both offenses we saw previously, the previous drive, 300 boys tested the waters downfield. Let's see if Manatee can test the waters as well. Possibly ahead for a big game. Neal lining up on the tee for the second down play. Looking to his right. Running back coming out of the backfield, but wasn't able to haul it in. Ball is now incomplete, bringing up a third down.
Got to be careful with that when the receiver was kind of behind the line there. If he gets touched around the 40, that's actually a safety.
Yes.
So you got to watch that. You know, I know he was trying to complete that pass, but you look, you know, with that, it was kind of almost a lateral or backwards pass, but he's getting close to that fringe area right there on the 40. Got to watch where we are and have awareness where you are in the space.
And now third down for Manatee, about a 3rd and 12. So a pretty big gain you got to get the next fresh set of downs. 300 boys lining up on defense. You got 2 safeties standing on the line to gain, so they're protecting the sticks. Aiden Neal's lining up. And that's going to be a delay of game, loss of down, turnover, 2 points added to the 300 boys. They'll take the lead 4-3.
Well, you can't have those kind of mistakes, you know, when you got to get the first down on third down. And they have a lost it down right there. So now we turn it back over to 300 boys with a 4-3 lead. Both teams have kind of moved the ball but stalled out when it comes to the crucial down. Who's going to take the lead here out of either of these teams offensively? That's going to be who wins this game ultimately, Adam.
All right, we're going to check in with our sideline reporter, Rob Coffin, down the field. Rob, after the first couple of drives, what are you seeing so far?
So both defenses are obviously in this age group. You get a lot of man-to-man. So what I think from the offense is what they have to do is really run a couple pick plays. Like we said already, is that it's hard to get the ball down the field. This is a must-score drive here. Number 13 has really put on a show, both as a receiver and a quarterback today.
Oh,
that's a pick. It's
as you said, Rob said it was a very pivotal and important drive there, and there's an interception by Manatee to get the pick 6. Number 0, Christian Craddock.
Great job by Craddock of reading the quarterback's eyes. You see he comes off and makes the pick. Speed to get north and south quickly. He picks it off for 6. Manatee's in full control so far, Adam.
Stealing those points there. Great job by Manatee. And they lead now with extra point pending, 9-4. So defense is scoring for this one, Mark.
Well, I think the defenses have taken hold here. I mean, we talked about it at the beginning. The Manatee defense has got their hands on the ball a couple of times in the previous games. So they're playing good defense. The offense has just got to match them, match their intensity and match their point production when you want to come out here and be, you know, a team that can be successful on Crown Sunday. What you do in pool play is just a setup. What you do on Crown Sunday, that leads you to punching your ticket to the Crown.
Manatee lining up for their extra point play. And as for the 300 boys, you want to scratch that off the memory now and focus on getting a stop here. You want to minimize the deficit here, especially knowing you're going to get the ball back right after this play. So Manatee lining up with 3 receivers, 2 to the quarterback's right, 2 to his left. Gets the snap off the tee, looking left, now across the middle. It's caught. Is it complete? Out of the hands, intended for Craddock again. So the score will remain 9-4. And 300 boys will get the ball back.
Just a bit outside as he dives. He couldn't control it going down. You see the ball come out late. And, but Manatee's in full control. The defense is really keeping the clamps on the 300 boys offense, Adam, and I think that's the difference in the game so far.
So the 300 boys has a chance now to reset their offensive drive now, get the composure locked in. Now going to want these points here on the offensive drive. And as Rob said earlier, for the 300 boys, number 13, Chase Plumstead, he had those 2 great catches earlier. He's checked in at quarterback as well in that previous drive.
Well, I think you got to get some momentum going here. If I'm the coach, I'm like, hey, guys, settle down. We're 1 score from taking the lead, but we got to get in the end zone right here.
Plumstead is still at quarterback for 300 boys, taking the snaps. Dropping back for his receivers. Looking, searching, and doesn't get it off in time. That's going to be a 4-second violation. That's going to result in a sack, 2nd down.
Great job, again, that Manatee defense of keeping everybody in front. They're not letting any deep routes or deep balls get behind them. So far, that's what they've been doing, is playing good, sound, disciplined defense, funneling everything on the inside where they can make plays defensively.
Keeping everything in front of them, for sure, and it's paying off so far. Now, new quarterback back in, original quarterback back in for the 300 boys, number 11. They're going to put Plumstead back at receiver. Man in motion. Quarterback looking, gets his pass completed, tagged immediately. It's a 5-yard gain, but now a 3rd and 10 for 300 boys.
They have to get something positive going here, Adam. They got to get the 1st down in order to stay in this game right now. 9-4 Manatee, taking full control right here of the Baby Goats. But if they get this 1st down, that could spring the momentum in their favor.
You want to get this 1st down to reset everything. If a stop is here made by Manatee, they get to extend their lead and get the ball back. Offense has been well rested so far. So 300 boys puts his man in motion. Rolling out to his right. Throws downfield, has a receiver out of bounds, falls incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs. We're going to sit it down the sideline to Rob. Rob, the defenses were able to get those points back. Let's talk about this Manatee defensive stand so far.
On the field right now, this Manatee defense is smothering this offense right now. There's not a lot of room to throw the ball. They're being opportunistic. I mean, you put the ball in the air, this Manatee defense is trying to come down with it like they did earlier. They're really putting on a show. On the field, they are dominating right now. And they're talking a little bit, too, and I really love what I see from them and their coaches right now.
Thank you, Rob. And yep, offense is now taking the field for Manatee. And now with a decent and more significantly than before, the 2 points added, 11-4, Manatee up as we're nearing the 10-minute mark of this 8U game. Marking for 300 boys to get a stop here. What does it mean to get a stop here as well?
It means they keep the game close, because right now Manatee's in full control. Defensively, that's the difference in the game. This 300 boys defense needs to make a play, get the offense back on the field.
Manatee offense back on the field. And I believe the snap wasn't taken. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down for Manatee.
Crucial down for these guys on the 300 boys. Defensive side, they got to get this offense off the field.
Manatee lined up on 2nd down, takes a snap. Hayden throws quick, his pass is completed. That's the number 3, Josiah Howard, on the catch. third and long for Manatee.
It seems like we keep saying this for the Manatee team. They're in control. They got the momentum. They get the first down here. They're really, really far out there in the driver's seat, trying to close out the 300 boys. Defensively, the 300 boys have to get a stop here.
Manatee wanting to continue the drive and the momentum here with this play. And that's going to bring up another false start. And that's a turnover on downs. 300 boys get the points back. 6-11, the new score.
Well, both teams have kind of had some different issues when it comes to, being disciplined and the penalties. That's all it goes back to. The guys are getting a little anxious. They want to make a play. But right now, it's about winning your battles, the short battles right now. And that's in between the hashes, in between the lines. 11-6, Manatee's controlling this game. But the 300 boys have the offense back on the field. Let's see what they do with it.
Yeah, 300 boys still in striking distance to take a lead here and try to steal a win. But the offense has got to get moving and get downfield. But we said this Manatee defense has been pretty stout so far. Manatee's next pass is completed, and he's got some green grass trying to get downfield. And that's going to be a big first down for 300 boys to move down the field. Number 18, Kamani Jones on the reception and gain.
That's what we're looking for. We want something positive coming at us. If I'm coaching, that's what I'm telling them, guys. We got to get some positive plays, clean up the penalties, and you can see the receiver getting some yards after catch. That's what we want out of this offense. 300 boys on the move. They could actually take the lead here, Adam, if they get in the end zone.
Plumstead to Kamani Jones on that drive as Plumstead is back at quarterback looking for his receivers. Gets the ball off, and it's caught going upfield. And I believe as soon as they mark it, that's going to be bring up a first and goal for 300 boys.
300 boys on the move. This is what we want to see. Maybe the change at quarterback is what they needed. Plumstead's a guy, you talked about him earlier, as a playmaker. Coaches depended on him. He's been making plays on both sides of the football. Now he's at the quarterback position under center, and we're seeing the fruits of their labor right now.
The Plumstead lining up his offense, now rolling to his right, looking. Quick pass, his guys completion, touchdown, 300 boys. And we got our first offensive score of the game.
This is what you want to see, is you see the 300 boys enjoying its celebration. Now that puts the onus on the Manatee offense, which hadn't been extremely successful themselves. Both teams have been hurt by penalties and turnovers. As you can see, great job by Plumstead tossing to his guy wide open in the open field. Extra points could be the difference in this game right now.
Plumstead connects with Asai Wright of the 300 boys to score. So now with that lead, they're going to take a 1-point lead with the extra point ahead, 12-11, and it looks like they're going to line up and go for two.
Smart move by the offensive coordinator to get these guys going for two. They want to have a little bit of a advantage there, a little bit of cushion, because right now it's been defense that's been winning this. You know what I mean? And Manatee's defense has played outstanding. Offensively is where they've been coming up short so far, Adam.
They're going for two now. 300 boys lining up. Plumstead still under center, rolling to his right. Looking across the middle, going to the back of the end zone, has the receiver open, and it's caught and completed. Extra point is good. 300 boys now leading 14-11.
The 300 boys finally got the offense rolling. That's what you're looking for. Manatee has to come back and answer now. As you can see, the 300 boys offense and the 300 boys team is finally getting in a groove now, and that's what you want to see from your offense. Just continuity, ability to get the ball out quick, make the plays that we need to push the ball down the field. They just weren't in sync yet, but now they're starting to heat up.
All right, we're going to check it down on the sideline with Rob. Rob, 300 boys offense, able to get it clicking and going that drive, and it resulted in a touchdown. What did you see?
That down here on the field, that drive was that was a game-winning drive right there. Number 13 put on a show. I feel like I jinxed him, and I feel bad for jinxing him on that last one. But, I mean, the play design from the offensive coordinator for that touchdown, it was outstanding on the field. He had a guy wide open. He just could have lobbed it to him. And then that throw on the corner route in the back of the end zone, down here on the field, that was just an amazing throw as it opened up. Outstanding play by 13 on the receiver.
Thank you, Rob. 300 boys now with that lead again, 14-11, putting pressure on Manatee as their offense takes the offense, and he almost got away with it.
He almost got out the gate. I thought he was going to be running for days. Man, that speed and agility, that's what you're looking for on the quick slant. Great job by the 300 boys defense of responding, though, with the quick tag, because he was almost out the gate.
Christian Craddock showing that speed, could have broke away. But with that gain, going to bring up a second down, 2nd and 4. For Manatee. They got to move pretty quick here. You know, we're nearing the end of this one, and they're down 3 with momentum not on their side for now, but a flag is thrown. I believe a false start. But with that now, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So, yeah, a big shift in momentum after that score now, and you're putting Manatee against their backs against the wall here. Looking for a receiver, goes up. Oh, couldn't complete it out of reach.
Just out of his hands, man. That would have been an awesome catch if he brings that one down. 2:46 remaining. If I'm on the offensive side of the football, we got to get some momentum going. We got to get in and out of the huddle real quick. We can win this football game on this drive.
Look at the DR Sports Network replay. Pass intended for Robert Brewer, just out of reach, hit the fingertips. Just not enough to secure it. But now 300 boys with the ball and the extended lead up now 16-11. Like you said, Mark, 2 minutes nearing in this one. If you're 300 boys, you still got to manage the ball. You don't want to give it away too quick because Manatee will get the ball back. And you don't want to give them any chances at all to make a comeback.
Adam, that Manatee defense has been opportunistic in getting their hands on the ball. You don't want to give it to them and tie this ball game up. Yeah. So you got to make the right plays. If you don't see it, hey, I would take a sack right here. You got the momentum. You got the ball game in hand. And look at what I just said. Look at what I just said. Man, this is what you look for. And the Manatee defense has been playing outstanding all day long. Pick 6.
A pick 6 from number 6, Allen Augustine for Manatee. And that pick gives them the lead.
What did we just get through saying? You don't want to give the ball back to these guys. As you can see, he comes all the way from across the field, the speed and athleticism. He runs by the defenders, trying to reach out and just can't get there, and he scores. It's pay dirt for Manatee as they take the lead.
What a defensive showing in this one. Man. But, again, the defenses have been on point on both sides. Just showing how impressive it is. Let's check in with Rob down on the field as the refs cleared up some confusion there. Rob, after that pick 6, what do you think's going on with the situations for the coaching decisions?
Hey, so down here on the field what an awesome play. The 300 boys coach wanted the quarterback to just throw it in the ground. He thought he told him to throw it over the middle. The ball is intercepted, but what the referees just said is that he was tagged short, so he didn't run it all the way back. So 300 boys ended up winning the game on a wild play. What a game on the field. This is one of the most competitive games you can be around. Both teams competed their tails off. This was an awesome game.
So, wow. Thank you, Rob, for the clarification. So, that is just crazy. So, with the interception, they marked him short of the Garner game. So, they got the 3 points, but not enough. The time expired, so not enough to get the win. But, again, like a crazy ending for that one, Mark.
Man, you talk about getting skinny and getting out there to have your chin. The 300 boys, man, just lost a close one. Man, shout out to the Manatee defense, though. Let's not sleep on that. The defense was opportunistic and almost pulled this one off. I really like this Manatee defense, but can they carry that over to Crown Sunday? That's the thing. They got to get the offense back in gear. If I come back to my guys when we talk about it, let's say we go back and watch film and break this down, we got to get some offensive things going here. And the continuity there. The defense was playing outstanding. As you can see, almost really getting it back to making a win for these Manatee guys. But, man, shout out to 300 boys for coming back with the defense and the offense showing up at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, a great job and display of some late-game heroics. But I do want to say, though, that Manatee defense, they want to watch out for them tomorrow. I mean, they take a quick a loss like this today, last-second loss. Now you kind of unfortunately fall 1-2. A little bit chip on your shoulder now, but like I said, the defense is balled out today. So great showing. That's something I think you got to want to look out for tomorrow on Crown Sunday.
Definitely look out and learn from. We know that we can play with anybody defensively. Offensively, we got to fine-tune and tweak some things to kind of get us over the hump, because when it's Crown Sunday, it's win or go home. There will be zero margin of error for mistakes, Adam, and that's what you're looking for. You see that on the replay there. I mean, the Manatee defense was outstanding. We had a chance to see these guys early on this morning, and they almost finished the job. But the 300 boys in that offense, that's the difference. The extra points. Just think if they don't get this extra point, they lose this game.
I mean, just great display of both teams fighting to the end right there. Like you said, 300 boys sneak out with that one and get the win, moving on to 2-1 on the day. Well, that's going to be it for the 8U pool play broadcast on this one. We still have games left, 4 more broadcasts to go. We have 12U Showtime versus MFTK Spartans at 2:30. 4:30 is the 14U game, Team Tampa versus STE, a big matchup we look forward to. Apex versus TMS after that, and then we cap it off with Primate versus Underdog. So loaded schedule. Don't go too far. That'll be it. We'll see you here soon back on the DR Sports Network. I'm Adam Sandoval with Mark Henry.
It brings the best out of you and the worst. It's the perfect balance of strategy, skill, and speed. It sharpens your technique, your decision-making, and above all, your ability to work as a team.